Started. Okay, Ian. So this is group two, and we are discussing marketing dashboard discussion question for the week three. And the first question to this is that we have to select a company that we want to discuss, a company whose products we are interested in and find interesting. So the company that we are discussing is Apple, and so Ian, so what do you think about Apple?
I just wanna talk about the product and service of Apple. Apple offers a range of products, includes iPhone, iPad, and MacBook, and Apple Watch, and these days like AirPod and AirPod Pro. There is so many products, and then they provide some services like Apple Music and iCloud and Apple TV. So they are very
Definitely.
popular for the products, and they are also very popular for the services. So yeah, I just want to mention about it. How do
Yes.
you feel about Apple?
Yes, definitely, definitely. I think Apple is a company whose product is like in everybody's hand. Either they have seen it or used it. Probably everybody is using it. So yeah, it is a well-known company, obviously, and a well-known brand. And the way they have established in the last 2 decades as the big name has been commendable, and I think it will be commendable in the years to come. So whether that's their products, the quality, or with the services and the quality of the services, it is just awesome. Though they are a little late sometimes in introducing new type of tech that has already been in the market, introduced by the other phone makers or service providers. But when Apple launches, what I feel is that when Apple launches something, they launch it with uh, only when they are confident about the product and the service. So that brings in high quality devices or services to the consumer, which consumer really love. So I think this is a very interesting. This is going to be a very interesting company to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
So moving on to the second question,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think is the base knowledge within? What do we think about it? So, what do you think about the product's based knowledge? Are we able to use it, or do we find it difficult to use it? What do you think about it?
Do you mean that the benefit from a marketing dashboard approach?
Sorry.
Do you mean that the second question, how would this organization benefit from a marketing dashboard approach?
Uh,
This one?
yeah, that is going to be the third question. I was discussing the second one.
Okay. Um, okay. I wanna talk about the Apple's benefit of a marketing dashboard. First of all, it is real-time data tracking. So, Apple's marketing dashboard would allow Apple to track key metrics in real time, such as sales and customer engagement and marketing campaign performance. And second, Apple has some benefit like data-driven decision. Apple can do like the dashboard would provide Apple with actionable insight to make information marketing decisions and optimize strategies. And third, performance evaluation. It would help in evaluating the effectiveness of marketing campaigns and initiatives like that. Yeah.
Definitely.
How do you think
Uh,
about it?
yeah, definitely the marketing dashboard that is going to be definitely very beneficial, especially for the company like Apple. Unless you track each and every sale and you know the reason behind the sale, you will not be able to decide and strategically think about your marketing. So having a marketing dashboard on which you can rely, especially for a big company, it is very important to just keep a track of things, whether they are doing things right or they are doing things wrong. So if they are doing things right, so they should be doing such things more. But if there is a discrepancy or there are things that are going wrong, they should have the knowledge of why those things are going wrong. Whether that the customer base that is not liking something, whether that's technology that they have to improve on, whether there is any other case or scenario, any marketing team can only be efficient in their work if they are having something on to which they can rely on, from which they can get the feedback from. So I think the marketing dashboard can help here, Apple, pretty good, and I'm pretty sure that they have been using it, and especially when so many users are there, so many data is coming in, so it's not easy to just go by one and one user. So marketing dashboards which can represent things or trends through the charts, and can be very beneficial to understand big data. And therefore for a company as big as Apple, it is very important to have effective, reliable, and efficient this marketing dashboard to help their team become even more productive. So that is what I think. Moving on to the second last question, I think, which says, using both the experience and the unique perspective, discuss the elements you would recommend adding to this organization's dashboard. All right, all right. So, and why do you think these elements are good for them? So, what are the elements? What do you think should be added in the marketing dashboard, in their marketing dashboard?
Actually, I'd like to recommend the sales performance. Um, they can monitor sales and trends and revenue and products performance through sales performance. And then secondly, I'd like to recommend customer engagement. They could track customer interaction and customers' feedback, and they could check the satisfaction levels from the customers through the customer engagement. And then third, I'd like to recommend elements like marketing, campaign analysis. They could evaluate the performance of marketing campaigns, including ROI, reach, and engagement metrics. And then I'd like to also recommend competitor analysis. Through the competitor analysis, they could monitor competitor activities and market trends to stay competitive. And then lastly, I'd like to recommend the market trends. They could track industry trends and customer behavior and market dynamics to identify opportunities and threats. Yeah, that's it.
That's really great. I think you have covered everything, nearly everything. So, from the key indicators to the marketing performance to their customer engagement to everything, I think it is a very well thoughtful, uh, perspective to it. And I also believe that having this comprehensive approach will, be very beneficial for the company like Apple. So yeah, definitely, definitely. On one side they have the consumers, on the other side they also have their own employees who are working for them. So such dashboards and the elements will definitely be helpful to provide the customers the best service while keeping the employees happy. So yes, I think you said it all. So I think we should move to the last question.
Okay.
And yeah. So the last question is, how could this organization avoid some of the pitfalls potentially associated with marketing dashboards? So what do you think of the pitfalls? What are the pitfalls of the marketing dashboards?
Um, I'd like to mention about how could this organization avoid some of the people functionality associated with marketing dashboard. First, they need to ensure data accuracy. So they need to use reliable data sources and regularly validate the data to avoid making decisions based on incorrect information. And then they need to focus on relevant metrics. So it could include only the key metrics that align with Apple's marketing goals and objective to avoid cluttering the dashboard with unnecessary data. And then third, um, they need to do like user friendly design. So they could design the dashboard in a way that is easy to understand and navigate and ensuring that users can quickly find the information they needed. And lastly, um, there is like regular updates and maintenance. So they could continuously update the data bird with new data and insight to ensure its relevance and usefulness over time. Yeah.
I think great, great, great. Definitely, I'm also thinking in the same lines because any marketing dashboard is a result of the data only. Unless we can have a reliable data source, we can't really make predictions. And taking decisions on the wrong data is going to be a wrong decision, right? So data is very important, and definitely the sources is important. Sources are important, and I think it is also important that we can cleanse that data and can focus or take the subset of the data with which we can make the predictions and most accurate predictions. So I think yeah, biggest pitfall for any marketing dashboard would be uh, using the redundant data and or the past data, which is not useful for the current scenario, or taking any big decisions or any decision at all. So I think that is biggest pitfall. And definitely, you should be able to understand the dashboard and all. That is, it comes very obvious to it that anybody who is designing the dashboard should have the knowledge of how to best represent the dashboard, right? And if somebody is taking decisions, especially company like Apple, who has to decide and predict the future. If we are seeing an introduction of a new device, let's say the new device that they have launched, um, that we are set, right? uh, Android has done it much before. It was back in, I think, 2017 or 18, when that frenzy came and everybody was buying those sets. But now when Apple has launched it, they have launched it in a way, people can really use it. It just doesn't use your current operating system that has bugs and all. In If we are using in that scenario, they launched an altogether new user interface, which has been very positively accepted by the market. So if somebody like Apple is or have to develop a new product, the data from which they're getting that input of developing a new product should be accurate, should be reliable, should be up to date, should be, you know, if they can include real time data, that will be the best data. So, yes, I think this is the biggest pitfall that should be avoided and should be any company should be careful of. So yeah, so this is I think the end of our discussion, and we have covered all the four questions. And anything else you want to add, Ian?
Yes, we're
Yes,
done, I believe.
yes. So that sounds great then. So yeah, thank you, Professor and Pierce, for listening to us and our discussion. Uh, I'll see you and we'll hopefully, watch your videos too pretty soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.